Hey people, Indra here, 1v1, Greentooth Gorge, blue side. Torpid is a brother captain, a durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed, with powerful offense and support, fighting in melee. Up against Deimos' Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. We have Strike Squad. Are they going straight into some more Stormtroopers? Because I'd really love to see a big old melee versus melee fight. Double shooters here for Deimos. Was hoping for double sluggers. And from Torpid, I'm hoping for straight into interceptors. Maybe even double interceptors supported by a brother captain. That'd be incredibly risky against a Warboss, but very fun to watch. Most likely, though, we're going to see Purgation. That's the safer, smarter play, I think. Strike Squad could run into the Warboss quite soon. Has gone for that central VP. Not something I've been seeing lately on this map. For hero going for the central VP immediately. Sluggers are on the eastern edge. Our burner's going to be the first power purchase. Probably. Otherwise the Strike Squad could bully them a bit. Stormtroopers taking the garrison. Shooter boys coming in. And the Warboss is there. This is a bad fight for the Strike Squad because there's going to be a stomp as well. Sluggers piling in. Warboss gets the stomp. They did retreat before it. And I don't think they're going to drop a model. Looks like Torpid has judged it perfectly here. Could be wrong though. Sluggers still giving chase, but their sidearms, which are called sluggers, are pathetically bad. These Stormtroopers are going to get caught out here, I think. The brother captain, with his new voice acting, he's very excited. Going to chase down the shooter boys there. These days, of course, We Are the Hammer gives him a small melee splash damage effect, which is very handy. Sluggers there. Oh, they've got their burners up. And it is indeed Purgation from Torpid, which probably means we're going to see Storm Boys from Deimos. Crack. Stormtroopers having a bad day, but they made it out. Forward capping here from Deimos. Torpid trying to do the same on the other side, but they had less units on the field. Here's the Purgation with their incinerators. Can try to control the movement of that Warboss and those sluggers. And it is Storm Boys here, so they're going to get jumped and power melee'd up. We might see Psychic Lash to frustrate that Warboss as well. And because there's Storm Boys, maybe tier 2, we'll see that big old hammer to smack them around. Or the halberd, of course, to slice them up. Purgation going straight to that central VP. We are going to see a bit of action in the mid. Warboss shows up. The sluggers are lacking a model. These guys don't have their tomes yet for the energy burst. They did get some suppression on the Warboss before they were moving. And there's the Purge by Fire. And that is painful, eh? Wow. Sets you on fire and slows you down, I think. That was pretty damn effective. Warboss gets a good stomp. And now has backup in the form of Shooter Boys and Storm Boys. The Shooter Boys with their big shooters. There's a Storm Boy jump. Not terribly impressive by default, but once they get their Nob Leader, that will stun units on landing. And these guys do have power melee weapons. There's that suppression, and that was really quick, and that was a single incinerator firing there. Did some good chunk of damage too. Strike Squad capping mid. Here come the Storm Boys to have a word. And they're quite low, those fellas. Torpid moving them around, creating a little bit of space for the retreat, but they still dropped a model there. Storm Boys are pretty bad at chasing. What is the brother captain up to? Just forced off some Shooter Boys. Does some fancy thing with his sword and caps a point. Oh, it's into operatives. They're getting their fallback plan immediately. I don't think the sluggers can take all this on, but they are spreading out a bit, Torpid. I don't think they know the sluggers are here. Purgation go for the... Oh, they had a little burst of damage at those Storm Boys. They have longer range than you'd think, these Purgation. Shooter Boys get their Nob Leader for more Daka. Suppressing the Warboss, and then they flee. They do seem to suppress faster these days, but maybe I'm just imagining things. Trying to take their points back over here. The brother captain, I think... Oh, I was just about to say, I don't think they've retreated yet. They've been in the field the whole time. But there we go. Bunch of stuff in retreat path, but they're going to be fine. Oh, they do have Psychic Lash. There it is. 70% speed reduction, and they take DPS for 8 seconds. Pretty good. And that's a relatively short cooldown as well, 30 seconds. Not bad at all. Warboss is going to get really pissed at this. And they've got spiky armor up. Big chunk of health and health regen, and you get the damage when you're hit in melee, which is pretty nice. Strat Squad don't want to mess with this. Sluggers are going to try and burn down gens. Purgation are here to help out, though. Looks like Deimos is backing off. Waiting for Storm Boys, or maybe just waiting for Shooter Boys to suppress them. They haven't done it, they're just piling in damage on the Strat Squad here. There's that Purge by Flame. It's doing some good work, and there is the Psychic Lash, and it's just locking the Warboss in place. Crack. Hard Boys up on the Warboss there. Got the Captain popping We Are the Hammer. See that splash damage on hit. Really cool. I think it's 5 damage splash, which doesn't sound like a lot. But that really adds up, especially if there's other things in the fight with you doing damage. Some orcs tapping up the east side, nice and peacefully. Stormtroopers in the mid with their sergeant who has that impact grenade. Tier 2 from Torpid. I think they should invest in Brother Captain stuff to help with these moment-to-moment fights, either the hammer or the halberd, to really put the frighteners on the Storm Boys. It might be that they've queued something up already, and I don't think it could be a Dreadnought at this point, so maybe they've queued up a Rhino. Could be a Terminator Librarian, of course. That could be really good too, with the Dome Sanctuary. Stormtroopers are going to be fine. Sluggers also got away without a model loss, actually. Storm Boys miraculously did not lose a model as well. Level 1 Brother Captain. Level 2 Warboss. There's a jump. Getting on that flank of the Purgation. There's the Purge by Fire. Lots of power melee choppings. Did they kill a Slugger? They didn't. 2 of the Purgation went down though. Kicking off in the mid. Warboss got messed up. Makes it out. Do you guys have your tome? Yeah. Tomes of Titan for banishment and the energy burst, which is awesome. Shooter Boys shooting up a power node, and the operatives go to the east side. They do have their fallback plan in, as we saw, with the incendiary grenade. So they could do Purge by Fire, slow stuff down a lot, and chuck the grenade in maybe, if they're all around. Had to back off though because of the Sluggers. West side, Stormtroopers and Strat Squads can see off these fellas. Oh, Torpid did not queue anything up. Unless they were just queuing up the tomes and stuff, and I didn't see. It's War Truck on the way for Deimos. Purgation can get anti-vehicle weapons, but they don't actually... They're doing really well with their incinerators so far. Don't see any war gear on the Brother Captain coming in. So what are they going to do? What is their plan to deal with these Storm Boys? There's the Knob Leader. So now they can jump on those Purgation and stun them. Operatives can get a Melter Bomb to help with the War Truck if they get their Sergeant going. Warboss gets a stomp. Here come the Storm Boys. Stormtroopers are helping. They might need to run in and get an impact grenade. There is Mind Blades up on the Strat Squad. Can they take on the Storm Boys? Gives them extra melee damage and melee skill. And melee skill wins melee fights. They did really well there. Did not see user choppers to follow up, but here come Sluggers. Is it the exact same stats as user choppers? But I think user choppers is maybe cheaper. Nice impact grenade there. But the Captain staining play. Stormtroopers are going to wipe. Yeah, I don't know why they stuck around so long there. Should have retreated as soon as they chucked that grenade, I think. Maybe they were dealing with this stuff. Purgation burning down gens. Operatives on capping duty. Have they seen the... Yeah, they've seen the War Truck. Oh, it's a Vindicare Assassin. That's what they go for. Turbo penetrator rounds can take out vehicles. And I imagine they are still going to get the sergeant on these guys. Location getting suppressed. Took all of the gens out though, 2 of them being rebuilt. And they got the node. Not being rebuilt yet. Meanwhile, west side, sluggers have their knob leader. Got a big old power weapon himself. Incendiary grenade and odd boys on the sluggers. Vindicare assassin backs away. Might get a bunch of Daka on him. There's turbo penetrator rounds and runs off. Might be able to come back out of base and get some rear armor hits though on that war truck. Storm boys giving chase. How confident is Torpid here? Mind Blades is up, but dares use the choppers and they have to get the hell out of there. Have to get the hell out of there. Psychic Lash. Got the knob leader with it. Here comes that Vindicare. They're going to get at least 1 rear armor hit with their turbo penetrator around here. Frack, there it is. Oh, that wasn't a rear armor hit. Did not see the rear armor hit words, but there was a melter bomb and then another shot and down it goes. War truck dealt with quite quickly then. Deimos should probably go Weird Boy now unless they want to hold tier 3. Not sure what Torpid would do. But love to see some Purifiers to go toe-to-toe in these melee fights. It might just be too bleed heavy to do. Brother Captain still doesn't have the hammer or the halberd or anything. I really do think it would be good for these moment-to-moment battles. Did you guys? No, they didn't start the repurchase on their knob leader. Warboss now has a claw, and that's a problem for everyone. Was energy bursted there, so he just ran off in a huff. And the strat squad can grab the VP. I can't remember what else this sergeant does. Does he have like a better shotgun? I don't even know if he has a different model. There's the target acquired from the Vindicare. You can track where a unit is when you shoot it for a few seconds. Odd boys, and they pile in. Here comes the Brother Captain. They've thrown the Psychic Lash on the knob leader there again. Strat squad in a tough spot, but they tough it out and they get it done. Now the Vindicare taking shots. Oh, it's a Rhino, really? At this stage, having lost the Stormtroopers, I did not think they'd get a vehicle up. Because they're probably going to need to replace the Stormtroopers to keep this thing repaired. Most likely going to go for the anti-infantry heavy bolter on top of it. Weird Boy is up for Deimos. There's a Psychic Lash again. And then just went straight for the shooter boys. Doesn't really want to fight the Warboss when he's got that claw. But might have to. In fact, he might go down here. Oh, the Warboss let him go. Mistake from Deimos. One swing from that would have got the kill, although these guys have jumped and I think they're going to get it. Yep. Down goes the Brother Captain. That seems painful. Already taking some hits on the Rhino from something. Oh, from the Weird Boy probably. And that knob leader of the Storm Boys does have that heavy melee weapon, and he didn't die. Torpid's been trying to snipe those squad leaders with Psychic Lash in every fight pretty much. Warboss, big swing. But it's okay. The Rhino lives. They are going to need to get more Stormtroopers though. And they want to revive their Brother Captain, of course. Deimos in a solid spot at the moment, I think. And the Weird Boy finish off the Rhino. If they got Warpath, maybe... Oh, they have it. Maybe they could chase it down. Warpath makes him so much tougher as well. 25% more health. That's like 212 more health, because I think he starts with 850. It's crazy. Stormtroopers reporting ready. Rhino's okay for now. What is this? It's some sluggers. They will move on to the VP, I imagine. Purgation still with their incinerators, of course. And nothing in this army can repair. Operatives cannot repair. Maybe they should be able to. They are grabbing the wreck point. What's this? That's an energy burst. And then run away. Oh, trophy rack is in. There's red debuff circles on that strat squad there. Fire. Countered by a big old warp vomit. And everything flees. Crap. Yeah, it's got pretty damn good range on that trophy rack. And a 25% damage reduction is pretty effective. Hey, there we go. Stormtroopers are in to repair the Rhino. And if the Rhino goes down now, that's going to be really bad. They've sunk a bunch of resources into this. And they needed to forego the Brother Captain purchase to get those Stormtroopers to repair it. Storm Boys couldn't get it done. Weird Boy is here. Vindicare gets away. They got some decent kills there, Torpid. Need to just keep that Rhino ticking over. Operatives grabbing the Eastern VP. These are not fast capping units. There we go. What level are you, Warboss? You're level 4. Brother Captain's 3 and down. So he's done well with his default sword. Assuming it is still the default sword. I don't think the upgraded sword has a different model. Lots of Daka. That was a fallback plan retreat. You saw the flash grenade go off. I wonder if they're going to stop the retreat. They did. Gives them some health regen, as you can see. But they can't. It's got a long cooldown, I think. It's like 2 minutes or something to be able to do that. Weird Boy somehow hits the rear armor of the Rhino there. Torpid is being aggressive with this thing. I thought maybe they just keep it on the central VP while it's repairing and stuff. But they want to try and hit the power. Don't want to be fighting a knob squad, I suppose. Are they going to repurchase Brother Captain with 250 rec? Or do they have some other kind of plan? Can they do any bashing here? It's good DPS. Isn't it 55 for this? Yeah, 55 for this. And I think the little storm bolter on the front is 20 DPS. So if they're shooting the same target, it's quite a lot. That was a nice purge by a flame. Countered by the Weird Boy's basic attack, knocking them over. Vindicare gets a shot, backs away. There's a scary warpath. Orcs just running at you full pelt. Rhino's fully repaired though, pumping out some good damage. Has it leveled? Hasn't leveled. Here come commandos from Deimos. And they're going to get their sergeant, not sergeant, their leader, and sneak around and try to take out this Rhino. Weird Boy misses. They're shooting the squad that's in cover. Ouch. Those stormtroopers got decimated. They can reinforce off this thing, but they had to duck inside of it. Oh, so much damage. 264 to 315 VPs. Pretty even. Deimos with those commandos up is pretty dangerous. They are getting their knob leader. There he is on the way. And then they're going to sneak, because these guys don't have a... I don't think those fellas have a sergeant. Those stormtroopers, so they can't see him. Oh, but the Vindicare's a detector, that's right. Vindicare can see stuff. Here come the commandos, though. Out of infiltration to duck at things and shoot a rocket launcher. I need to move between each shot here to try and stay in range. There we go. One more might have done it. There's so much damage on that rocket launcher. It's pretty nuts. 220 to 315. That's a burner bomb from the commandos. Ouch. Yeah, the purgation seemed to be getting hard countered quite a lot by that Weird Boy. And just doing his basic attack kind of thing. Vindicare gets a shot there. Well, so much hit points though, that Weird Boy. Not even level 2 yet, he's over 1,000. It's a big fella. Oh, there's tier 3 from Torpid. That's what they want. They want paladins, I guess, because they have the red for it. I don't think they'd go tier 3 to get a Vortimer, but you never know. Chuck their fire grenade and run. Rhino has done a lot of work. Hasn't killed a bunch of models though, it seems. Doesn't have a lot of XP. There's Psychic Lash on the Knob Leader again. But they survived. Because it slows down only that model, it tends to isolate them. If they try to move the squad away, the leader gets lagged behind. I'm not sure why they tried to stomp the brother captain. Maybe they just do a little bit of damage. Our Storm Boy's gonna jump. Nope, they're busy bashing power. Warboss may go down. Torpid's going for the chase. Needs to be facing forward ideally. No, they're not. They're not gonna go for the chase. They're gonna try and defend over here. Commandos, though, being sneaky on the rear armor side of the Rhino. Vindicare run as they were in a bad spot. Rhino survives. Torpid recognized the threat there, and it survives. Expected the Storm Boys to jump after it at the end there, but they didn't. Decent VP lead opened up now for Deimos, and here comes a looted tank. That's going to be a problem. Purgation might need to get Psy Cannon or Conversion Beamer going. Mind Blades. Banishment, but there's user choppers, and that means you got to run, I think. Torpid keeps them in. I think they killed one fella. They also had commandos on them. But yeah, those Storm Boys with user choppers and those power weapons is not a good fight for those Strat Squad blokes. Brother Captain's back, level 3, with that Psychic Lash, as we saw earlier on those sluggers. Level 1 commandos, level 1 Weird Boy. Level 3 Storm Boys is painful. Level 3 sluggers as well. And that Warboss is hitting like a truck also. And no cap game. 117315. Orcs taking the west. Nope. Scared off by the Rhino. Commandos are here though. There's that rear armor here. I thought they were just going to chuck the Stormtroopers into melee with them there to tie them up. But they just got the hell out of it. Vindicare trying to get turbo penetrator rounds here on a tank. Has to run. Got too close to the Warboss. Rhino still on this side. It's going to go down though. I thought it was getting out of it. Down it goes. It did really well. Did really well. But would it have been better? Would it have been better to get a hammer or something on this guy? Because the Storm Boys have been such a massive threat. I mean, the Rhino certainly helped with dealing with them. But would it have been better to get that demolishing strike into some Mind Blades strike squad or something while they're on the ground all stunned? Maybe, or he might have just been asking for trouble. Deimos could have responded with like a Pain Boy heal and stomps and stuff. We'd wait off the field for this fight, but it's still a really tough fight. Torpid's got to chuck paladins in to go after the tank, like now. It's 650, isn't it? There's the 650, and there's the paladins coming in. Mind Blades up, Hard Boys up, their paladins are in. But have they run out of VPs? It's a double cap here for Deimos. Can Torpid pull this off now with paladins on the field? They will do a lot of work here. I know our Strat Squad going to wipe because they can jump here. There's the jump. Surprised the Strat Squad are only level 2 because they've done some work in melee. Nope. I think they survive. Warboss can't get it done. Wow, Storm Boys are so bad at chasing, but the VPs are done. There's the GG, and there's the game. We had a level 3 brother captain, was down for a while, but did some good work with a Psychic Lash. Would have loved to see him with an anti-melee melee weapon kind of thing. And a level 5 Warboss. Was a fun game. I liked the Vindicare usage. Didn't get under threat that much. Was very aware of his surroundings. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.